A few things. Like, I feel like our world today has progressed so far with technology and how we deal with one another. The world itself has gotten so much smaller because we can travel so much. There's just so much that's changed. But this idea and this institution of marriage is one thing that has totally stayed the same. And even when you're talking about same-sex marriage, there's so much resistance because it is such a sort of antiquated, very, very traditional institution in this world that has become so progressive in so many ways. And as someone who has seen marriages not work out, but have seen people be together for a very long time who have never been married, I sort of felt like, hey, one doesn't equal the other. And I was really interested in exploring that. Oh, I know. When we shot the luau, I can't say this was fun per se, but we shot the luau at a real luau. So we sort of crashed the luau. And luau's, if you've ever been to one in Waikiki or wherever, are very long. Like, they start before the sun goes down and then they end way after the sun goes down, many Mai Tais later. And at the very beginning, we made an announcement. We were shooting a film, and it's a small film, and what's going on, you might be on camera. But by the time it got to this part where in the film he proposes to me and I turned him down, people had completely forgotten that it was getting filmed. And we made no indication that, hey, this part's part of the film now. And I had to deny him in a very bad way to get a big reaction. And I said on the microphone when he asked me to marry him, "I'm sleeping with your brother." And the whole audience of all of these people who were vacationing, they were horrified. And because people had forgotten it was a film, people hated me. And I had these women, an 85-year-old woman was like, "He doesn't deserve you. What is wrong with you?" Somebody else was lecturing me. I had to get up and leave and go to the bathroom because people hated me. So that wasn't fun, but it was certainly exciting.
For me, I'm the kind of filmmaker that doesn't want to do a rewrite of the same movie over and over again, and I always try and look for new challenges. The first two movies I did were very dark, very male-oriented, and so when I got the script for Knots, I thought, this was a great opportunity to really challenge myself and do a female-centric story that, I've always loved comedy, and I wanted to just have the opportunity to really explore that. And also for Sung Kang, who I'd worked with on The Motel, he, I knew him to be a very funny, goofy guy, and be able to showcase him that way was really great. So yeah, it just was this kind of, the universe just kind of converged into a way that it worked out.
Most of my dialogues are Japanese, so the script actually initially was in English.
Yeah.
So we worked. I know he put, brought me aside and then he asked me about the language, the translation part of it. So that part was really important for me to portray the role accurately, because all the emotions and everything, even the subtlety, would be very different. If I read the script, that's what it is. But then for me to authentically really speak naturally in Japanese. So he really understood that part, and then we took time. I was so glad that he took time to talk about that with me. So
yeah.